Hello everyone, welcome back to Quality Icons, your trusted platform for construction quality, engineering excellence, and the latest updates in the civil engineering industry. Okay, I am Jupali Murli Krishna. Today's video is one of the most important updates for every civil engineer, architect, structural consultant, contractor, project manager, quality engineer, and engineering students also. We are going to understand the major transformation from the National Building Code 2016 to the newly introduced National Building Code Series 2026, commonly known as NBCS 2026. That means National Building Construction Standards 2026. The National Building Code is much more than a book of guidelines. It is the backbone of safe building design and construction practices in India. It provides standards for planning, structural safety, fire protection, accessibility, building services, sustainability, and maintenance. As of as our construction industry continues to evolve with the taller buildings, smarter technologies, climate challenges, and stricter safety expectations. The building code has also evolved to meet these new demands. In this video, I will explain and how they will impact construction professionals and future building projects across India. So stay with me until the end because this update is something every construction professional should know. How transforming NBC 2016 to NBCS 2026. Okay, let's first understand why a new code was necessary. The National Building Code 2016 served the Indian construction industry effectively for nearly a decade during this period. We witnessed remarkable advancements in technology, construction materials, structural engineering, digital tools, and environmental regulations. However, the pace of development has accelerated rapidly. Today, India is constructing more high-rise buildings, integrated townships, metro cities, data centers, airports, hospitals, and smart cities than ever before. At the same time, new challenges such as earthquakes, floods, cyclones, climate changes, landslides, urban congestion, and energy conservation require more comprehensive building regulations. This is where NBCS 2026 comes into the picture. Instead of simply updating a few clauses, the Bureau of Indian Standards has transformed the National Building Code into a more modern, modular, and future ready framework. The focus has shifted from merely prescribing construction rules to promoting safer, smarter, greener, and more resilient buildings. NBCS 2026 also encourages the use of modern digital technologies such as building information modeling, digital documentation, advanced construction materials, and improved project management practices. The transformation reflects India's vision of creating sustainable and world-class infrastructure. Okay, coming to slide number 3, it is the overview. Now let's understand the overall structure of NBCS 2026. One of the biggest improvements is the introduction of a series-based approach. Rather than presenting all building regulations in one large document, NBCS 2026 organizes requirements into specialized sections, making it much easier for professionals to locate relevant information. This approach uh, reduces confusion and improves practical implementation during planning, design, execution, and inspection. The new code integrates multiple engineering disciplines into a coordinated system. It covers architectural planning, structural engineering, fire and life safety, building services, accessibility, sustainability, energy efficiency, environmental protection, disaster resilience, digital construction technologies, operation maintenance, and facility management. The facility management also very important in the high-rise buildings or another significant improvement is the better alignment with the latest Indian standards and international best practices. We are adapting in the international best practices also. This ensures greater consistency between design codes and construction practices across the country. For quality engineers, this means inspection procedures, documentation, quality control, testing, and compliance verification will become more systematic and standardized. Ultimately, NBCS, National Building Code Construction Standards 2026, aims to improve construction quality while simplifying compliance for engineers and project teams. Coming to slide number 4, structural safety and design. We are discuss about a brief. Structural safety remains the foundation of every successful building, regardless of whether it is residential apartment, commercial tower, hospital, industrial facility, or public infrastructure. The primary objective is to ensure that the structure remains safe throughout its service life. NBCS 2026 places greater emphasis in performance-based structural design. Instead of focusing only on the minimum compliance, engineers are encouraged to design structures capable of performing safely under real-life loading conditions. Special attention has been given to earthquake-resistant design, wind-resistant design, progressive collapse prevention, structural robustness, durability, and long-term performance. The revised provisions also emphasize better quality assurance during construction. Design calculations alone cannot guarantee safety. Unless materials are properly tested, reinforcement is correctly placed, concrete is adequately cured, and workmanship meets specified standards. For QA/QC engineers, this means greater responsibility during inspections. Okay, every stage from reinforcement inspections and concrete placement to material testing, cube strength verification, cover block placement, and structural documentation must comply with the latest standards. Modern construction technologies, advanced materials, prefabrication systems, and digital quality monitoring are also expected to play a much larger role under NBCS 2026. Ultimately, the objective is clear. Okay, build structures that are not only stronger but also safer, more durable, and capable of protecting human life for decades to come. See the Overall, in this series, we will explore the major updates in fire and safety, accessibility and universal design, sustainability and health and well-being, and understand how these new provisions will shape future of building construction in India. Okay, coming to slide fire and safety. Fire and safety also very important role in high-rise buildings or commercial buildings, in hospitals, many industrial buildings. Let's move to one of the most critical aspects of any building, fire and life safety. Okay. Fire safety is no longer considered just a statutory requirement. Under NBCS 2026, it has become a comprehensive life protection strategy that begins at the planning stage and continues throughout the building's entire life cycle. In NBC 2016, the focus was mainly on fire resistance ratings, escape routes, firefighting equipment, and occupancy classification. However, the latest code NBCS 2026 expands this Approach significantly. The new code emphasizes performance-based fire engineering, where designers evaluate how occupants can safely evacuate during an actual fire emergency. This is the major. Special consideration is given to high-rise residential towers, commercial complexes, hospitals, educational institutions, airports, metro stations, and mixed-use developments. The latest trend is mixed-use developments. The updated provisions encourage smarter fire detection technologies, addressable fire alarm systems, smoke management systems, emergency communication networks, and intelligent evacuation strategies, and integration with the modern building management systems. These all are integrated with the modern building management systems. Another major improvement is enhanced coordination between structural engineers, architects, MEP consultants, and fire safety specialists during the design stage itself. For QAQC engineers, implementation is equally important. Every fire rated door, fire sealant, fire resistant wall, sprinkler pipe, hydrant system, smoke detector, and emergency staircase must be installed exactly as approved in the drawings. Clear? Even a small deviation during construction can compromise the safety of thousands of occupants. Nowadays, we are seeing a lot of major accidents in high-rise buildings because they are not following the rules and regulations, government regulations. Ultimately, NBCS 2026 reminds us that the objective is not merely protecting buildings, it is protecting human lives. See this image. I'm giving some figures for the easy understanding of the differences between NBC 2016 to NBC 2026. What's improved? Higher fire resistance for better structural stability and longer evacuation time, faster evacuation and safer escape routes with clearer criteria, enhanced suppression capability and early detection, prevents Speed of fire and smoke protects escape routes properly. Improved visibility and guidance during emergencies. Better preparedness and effective fire safety management. These are all the codes and standards referenced. Okay. The NBC 2026 vision is the to safeguard life, protect property, and ensure continuity of operation through advanced fire safety provisions. Okay. See, means how to escape the diagnose, exit, entry. Okay. Fire resistance of elements, basic requirements as per IS 1641, general fire resistance periods for building elements, RCC column, beams, fire rated doors, fire sealants, firefighting systems, fire compartmentation and separation, emergency lighting, signage, fire safety management. Okay, these are all under cover with fire and safety clauses. Coming to slide number 6, accessibility and universal design. The next major transformation is accessibility and universal design. Modern buildings should be usable by everyone, not only healthy adults, but also senior citizens, children, persons with disabilities, pregnant women, and individuals with temporary injuries. NBC 2016 already introduced accessibility provisions, but NBCS 2026 strengthens them significantly by promoting inclusive design as a fundamental principle. The concept of universal design means that buildings should be planned so that every person can move independently, safely, and comfortably without requiring special assistance. This is the major transformation in NBCS 2026. This includes barrier-free entrances, accessible parking spaces, ramps with the proper slopes, tactile paving for visually impaired users, wider door openings, accessible toilets, lifts with braille buttons, braille buttons, sorry, lifts with the braille buttons, audible announcements, wheelchair turning spaces, handrails, and emergency evacuation provisions for differently abled occupants. Accessibility is no longer treated as an optional architectural feature. Instead, it becomes an essential component of building quality and social responsibility. From a QAQC perspective, engineers should carefully verify ramp gradients, landing dimensions, life installations, railing heights, floor finishes, tactile indicators, signage locations, and wheelchair accessibility before project handover. Remember, a building can only a building can only be considered truly modern if every individual can use it safely and independently. Okay, understood? Coming to sustainability and energy efficiency class. One of the biggest highlights of NBCS 2026 is its strong commitment to sustainability and energy efficiency. Today, the construction industry is one of the world's largest consumers of natural resources and energy. Buildings also contribute to significantly to carbon emissions throughout their life cycle. Recognizing these challenges, NBCS 2026 encourages environmentally responsible construction practices from planning through operation and maintenance. This code promotes energy efficient building, envelope improved thermal insulation, daylight utilization, natural ventilation, water conservation, rainwater harvesting, renewable energy integration, efficient HVAC systems, sustainable materials and waste management. Greater attention is also given to reducing operational energy consumption and minimizing environmental impact over the entire life of the building. For project teams, sustainability is no longer limited to obtaining a green building certification. It becomes part of everyday engineering decisions, from material selection and construction methods to maintenance planning also. Quality engineers play a vital role of ensuring by approved sustainable materials are actively used on site, insulation systems are installed correctly, waterproofing performs effectively, water saving fixtures are properly installed, and all environmental requirements are documented. The future of construction is not simply building faster, it is building smarter, greener, and more responsibility for future generations. Okay, coming to health and well-being class. NBC 2026 strengthens provisions to promote healthier indoor environments, mental well-being, and overall occupant wellness. The final topic in today's session is health and well-being. Traditionally, building regulations concentrated on structural strength and safety. However, NBCS 2026 the recognizes that people open nearly 90% of their lives inside buildings. Therefore, buildings must not only remain structurally safe but also provide a healthy indoor environments. The updated provisions encourage improved indoor air quality, adequate ventilation, natural lighting, thermal comfort, acoustic performance, moisture control, sanitation, hygiene, and occupant comfort. These are all updated provisions. Special emphasis is placed on reducing conditions that may lead to mold growth, dampness, indoor pollution, poor ventilation, or unhealthy living environments. Hospitals, schools, offices, residential buildings, and public facilities are all expected to maintain healthier indoor conditions. For QAQC professionals, achieving these objectives requires careful inspection during construction, proper waterproofing, leak prevention, HVAC installation quality, ventilation openings, drainage systems, moisture protection, finishing quality, and maintenance accessibility all contribute to healthier buildings. Remember, construction quality is not measured only by concrete strength or finishing appearance. True quality is achieved when a building remains safe, comfortable, energy efficient, and healthy throughout its entire service life. Please remember it. Coming to emergency preparedness and resilience. In today's rapidly changing world, buildings are exposed to multiple natural and man-made hazards. Earthquakes, cyclones, floods, landslides, fires, industrial accidents, and even extreme climate events are becoming more frequent. Therefore, simply designing a strong building is no longer enough. Buildings must also be capable of responding effectively during emergencies. NBC 2016 primarily addressed structural safety and fire protection. However, NBCS 2026 takes a much broader approach by introducing resilience as a key design objective. The updated provisions encourage disaster resilient planning, emergency response system, evacuation management, structural redundancy, continuity of essential services, and post-disaster functionality. Critical facilities such as hospitals, emergency operation centers, airports, metro stations, schools, and high-rise residential towers are expected to remain operational even during emergencies. For construction professionals, this means that emergency exits, refuge areas, emergency lighting, backup power systems, communication facilities, water storage, and access routes should be carefully planned and properly maintained. From a QAQC perspective, every emergency provision shown in the approved drawings must be verified during execution. Fire escape staircases should remain obstruction free. Emergency exit signage must be visible. Refuse floors should comply with the approved layouts, and emergency equipment should be tested before handing over the building. Remember, a resilient building not only protects its occupants during a disaster but also recovers quickly after the event, minimizing damage and ensuring business continuity. This is the major. Coming to slide new and emerging areas in NBCS 2026. One of the most exciting aspects of NBCS 2026 is its focus on new and emerging technologies that are shaping the future of construction. The construction industry is undergoing a digital transformation, and the building code is evolving to support these changes. NBCS 2026 recognizes the increasing adoption of building information modeling or BIM, digital project management, prefabrication, modular construction, automation, smart building systems, advanced construction materials, and integrated facility management. The code also acknowledged the importance of data-driven decision making, digital documentation, lifecycle asset management, and improved coordination between various engineering disciplines. Modern buildings are no longer isolated structures. They are intelligent systems equipped with sensors, automated controls, energy monitoring devices, smart security systems, and connected infrastructures. For engineering and contractors, adopting these technologies can significantly improve project quality, reduce construction errors, minimize rework, and enhance productivity. For QAQC engineers prospect, digital inspection platforms, mobile quality applications, QR code based material tracking, drone inspections, laser scanning, and electronic documentation are becoming a valuable tools for maintaining construction quality. The message is very clear, boss. Future construction will rely not only on engineering knowledge, but also on digital innovation and smarter projects execution. Okay. Finally, summary comparison. Summary comparison. Now let's summarize the major differences between NBC 2016 to NBCS 2026. NBC 2016 established a comprehensive framework for building planning, design, construction, and safety. It successfully guided the Indian construction industry for many years. However, NBCS 2026 builds upon the foundation by expanding its scope to meet present and future construction challenges. Compared to NBC 2016, NBCS 2026 places stronger emphasis on performance-based design rather than minimum compliance, enhanced structural safety and disaster resilience, advanced fire and life safety strategies, universal accessibility and inclusive designs, sustainability, energy efficiency and environmental responsibility, healthy indoor environments and occupant well-being, digital technologies including BIM and smart construction practices, better integration of multidisciplinary engineering systems, life cycle management, operation maintenance, and long-term building performance. For construction companies, these improvements will help deliver safer, smarter, greener, and more efficient buildings while improving compliance with the modern engineering standards. For QA/QC professionals, the new code increased the importance of inspection, quality, documentation, testing, digital records, coordination, and continuous monitoring throughout the project lifecycle. Okay, I hope this presentation has helped you understand the major developments introduced in the new code and their significance for the construction industry. Whether you are a civil engineer, architect, structural engineer, project manager, contractor, QA/QC engineer, consultant, or engineering student, staying updated with the latest building standards is the essential for delivering a safe, durable, and sustainable infrastructure. At Quality Icons, our goal is to simplify complex engineering topics through practical examples, quality awareness programs, construction site guidance, and professional trainings. If you found this video valuable, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also, click the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming videos on quality control, National Building Code updates, Indian standards, construction methodologies, site inspections, waterproofing, concrete technology, and finishing qualities. Please share your thoughts in the comments. Which change in NBCS 2026 do you think will have the greatest impact on the future of construction in India? Thank you for watching. This is Jupalli Murali Krishna signing off from Quality Icons.